My name's Zac Dingee. I run a solar sales company that does over $100 million a year in sales. And today, we're going to talk about ranking the best homeowners' objections. So just like how we have our skill sets and we go and train to be able to sell people better, I believe homeowners have their own set of skills and their own way of giving objections. And I think they test us a lot as sales reps. And also, they kind of play their own games. Most of the time, person you're sitting with, this isn't the first time they bought a product or had someone come to their house. They've had the window guy there before, or the car guy, or whoever. And so they know the game a little bit. And they're trained just like we're trained professionals. So I'm gonna rank the best objections that a homeowner can give you. We're gonna start with, I need to think about it. The most common, mundane, bad objection. I'm ranking this, if you're a homeowner, I'm ranking that at an F tier. Saying I need to think about it is just a bad objection. We've heard it 1,000 times. We all know how to overcome it. If you can't overcome I need to think about it, you are a rookie in sales, and you should really figure out how to overcome I need to think about it. Now, obviously, it's different for every product and what stage of the product you're in, but that is like a smoke screen, throw it in the air, they just don't know what else to say, objection. And 10 times out of 10, you should be able to overcome that. So for a homeowner, that's an F tier objection. That's baby work. They need to figure out what the heck they're doing. Okay, so the best way to handle, I need to think about it. Now, this is when you're in a house and you're getting this objection at the end of the presentation, and that's the only thing they have left to say. You're gonna say, listen, I totally understand. I'm not here to twist your arm. I've been doing this a while, Mr. Homeowner. And typically when someone says to me, I have to think about it, it means one of three things. Number one, they didn't like something I said, and you can tell me now if I missed something. Number two is that I didn't explain it correctly, and you may not understand everything I said. Or number three is this actually doesn't make sense, and you don't think you want to do it. So which one of those three do you actually think is the case here? Did I say something that upset you? Do you not understand something? Or did I not explain it correctly, and you need me to go through it again? Which one of those three is what it looks like for you? The point and the reason why it's an F is because it's not even a real objection. It's just a homeowner throwing it out there, and you got to get to the root cause of what that actually means. Next one on the list is I can't afford it, or I have no money. Again, it's not a great objection, but it's a little bit more valid than I have to think about it. I would say no money is like a solid B tier. It's not the best objection they can give you. It's not well thought out or planned. And most of the time, it's really not even true depending on the product you're selling. So no money or I can't afford it, we're ranking at a B tier. Now every product is different. The product I sell, we're actually saving people money and it doesn't cost them any money up front. And so overcoming that one is very easy for us. It's just, Mr. Homeowner, I fully understand. I wouldn't be coming here if I was trying to take money out of your pocket. I'm actually trying to put money back into your pocket. So the way this works, boom, and then I'm going right on to my explanation for the product. However, I have no money is almost never a valid excuse, but it can be difficult to overcome depending on what product you're selling and if the person is willing to give you the time of day or not. So if someone says, I have no money, it's a B tier. You take it kind of serious and you have to overcome it. And it's not the easiest or the worst to overcome. It's kind of right in the middle. Next one on the list is I'm not interested. So this is specifically going for my door-to-door people right here. If you're in like a car dealership or some kind of sales setting where you're in the actual building and someone's walking in, very rarely are you going to get, well, I'm not interested, because that's why they're there. For door-to-door people or for phone cold calling sales, you're going to hear I'm not interested a lot. So I'm ranking this one as an S tier. I'm not interested as an S tier because it is the first objection almost every single time. When you talk to anybody, that is their knee-jerk reaction. I have literally said, and this is from my own personal experience, I'm walking around a store and someone walks up to me and they're like, hey, do you need help finding anything? And I immediately go, no, I'm okay, thank you. Actually, I was looking for this one thing. You just can't help it. You have to say it. It's like our default as a human. So I'm not interested is the perfect way to start a conversation, because you know what it means? It means there's a level of interest. That's how I look at it. It actually means that please talk to me and tell me more, because I don't know what I'm not interested, and they need me to help them. So S tier, very good one. I recommend all homeowners use it because it is the opening floor for me to start the conversation. Next one up, this is for solar only. You're gonna get this one, maybe for other products, I guess too. But solar only is, I don't like the look. This one is very, very common in our industry. This might be common too in like an HVAC company where you got to put a big unit on the outside or something along those lines, or you got to have a mini split in the living room. So there's different versions of I don't like the look, but this one I'm going to rank as an A tier. This one's a solid objection actually if you're a homeowner, and kind of hard to overcome if you're a sales rep because it's a very emotional objection. If the wife says I don't like the look, and they're not saving enough money, it's very hard to get the wife to be like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this for, a couple bucks a month, or I'm gonna do this just for a better heating system. Like, honey, why don't you just figure out another way to do it? It is very, very emotional, and you have to attack it right at the core, and you have to isolate that objection and solve for that objection, and really make sure you figure it out before you move on to the next one. So, in solar, when they say, I don't like the look, typically, if I'm on the door, it's different from in a house. But let's say for this example, I'm on a door. When they say I don't like the look, I'm like, listen, I totally get it. I didn't like the look either. Honestly, let me ask you a question. What color is your roof? And 9 times out of 10, you will be amazed. Most people go, I think it's black. And I'm like, no, your roof's actually gray. So my point in that is, Mr. Homeowner, and I'm kind of solving the problem right at the butt with that one. But I'll say, my point in that, Mr. Homeowner, is I've been doing this a long time. If and when you decide to go solar, after about the first month, you don't even notice that they're up there. And honestly, the reason why everyone's doing this is not because of the look. They're doing this because of what it looks like in your bill. Now, imagine you walk out to the mailbox the next time you get a utility bill. You go over, you open up the mailbox, you grab your thing, and as you're walking back in, you slice it open, you open up the envelope, and you pull it out, and it says, do not pay $0. Now, does that look better than panels on the roof? So the whole point is I want to tie it into something stronger than that and move their emotion to something that's way, way better for them to focus on. So I have to nip that one right in the butt in the beginning, and I do that by explaining, agreeing, and then tying it into something that really makes it so that the look doesn't matter at the end of the day. Right? That's the way I do that. So I don't like the look as an A tier because it is a solid objection and it's very hard to overcome sometimes. Next objection we're going to rank is moving. So with a lot of products, the average person, I think now the data is they move every 7 years, which is not a long time for someone to be in a house to make an investment in something. So you're going to get I'm moving a lot, especially here in New York State where everyone wants to get the heck out of New York State. That can be sometimes difficult. So I'm going to give moving as another A tier objection. If you're a homeowner, a lot of times sales reps for a lot of companies, if they say, hey, I'm moving, we just shut down and don't even ask when or how or what. It's like the objection where you just throw it out and people are like, oh, okay, all right, well, thank you, have a great day. And they kind of leave you alone. So this is a very, very good objection. Now, if you're in sales and you're trying to overcome this objection, I think the first part of overcoming a moving is actually figuring out what the heck that means. And asking, no worries, Mr. Homeowner, can I ask, when are you moving? Are you already listing your house in the market? Or is this when your kid gets out of high school type of thing? And I got to get some more information. Because if they say, yeah, we just listed the house last week, okay, it's kind of pointless to try and sell them. You should probably leave. But if they say, well, yeah, we plan on moving in 10 years. Now that's a whole nother story. To me, that means they're never moving almost. That means I can go in for the actual product. So first step to overcoming that is asking. And then second step is kind of the same thing as I said before, is agreeing, understanding that objection, and then tying it to something better. For example, I'm moving. Okay, Mr. Homeowner, can I ask, is your house already on the market? Because I may be interested. Or are you talking about in a couple years when your kid gets out of high school? Yeah, we plan on moving in about 10 years, probably. We want to go down to Florida. Okay, perfect. I'll tell you what, I'm on the same boat with you. We'll probably be moving at the same time because I only got a few more years I could take in New York. But let me tell you, the reason why everyone's been doing this and why we have so many inquiries in this neighborhood is because over the last 5 years, we've seen utility prices go up over 100%. They've doubled in 5 years. So the reason why everyone is going solar is because they know in 10 years when it's time to move, they don't want to have to sell their house with a $1,000 electricity bill. With solar, you can lower that cost and fix it. By 10 years, you're going to have the thing paid off and you can sell your house for free electricity. Now, let me ask you, when you move to Florida in 10 years, would you like to buy a house that has $0 in electric cost, or would you rather buy one that's got $1,000 in electric cost? Boom. So I'm tying it again to something related back to money, and I'm pinning that point, and I agreed with their point, I agreed with their objection, but then I made it about something else that I wanted to make it about. So that is how you overcome I'm moving, but it is a very, very high quality objection for a homeowner to give. Last one is, I don't want to take out a loan, or I don't want to finance it, or I have bad credit. Any of those three kind of go in one. This one could be a C tier or an S tier, because let me explain. If it's an S tier and they say, well, I don't have good credit, I have a 450 credit score, that's elite, because if they say that, I'm leaving. So they're going to get me the hell off their doorstep very, very fast. But if they say, I don't want to take out a loan, and they actually have good credit and I could figure that out, it's probably like a C tier, because it's a very easy one to overcome. So they say, I don't want to take out a loan. I'm like, yeah, listen, no worries. I'm not the guy who's coming here trying to get you to take out a loan. I think it'd be really stupid to take out a loan to save money. Don't you agree? Yeah, I agree. Boom, now I agree with them. Yeah, so what we do is a little bit different. A lot of the people and a lot of the reasons we're getting the inquiries in the area is because now you don't have to take out a loan. You simply just get to pay for the power you produce, and you enter into a new agreement. Instead of agreeing to pay Central Hudson and their greedy selves, you just agree to make power on your home and make it on site and control what the cost of that power is. Does that make sense? Boom. And then I can overcome that objection. So I guess it can be one of two. If they say, I don't want to take out a loan because my credit is bad, I'm bouncing immediately. I'm not staying there for more than 3 seconds. If they say, I just don't want to take out a loan, I don't want to finance something, that's a different story. This video is from the homeowner's perspective. So I'm talking about what is a good objection for a homeowner to say to try and get a sales rep off their doorstep. And that's kind of the way I ranked it, as you can see. So probably not a homeowner watching this video, but if you are, those are the best objections to give to get somebody off your doorstep. And if you're a sales rep, these are the objections you should be looking at, and you should be ranking them based on the top tier ones are ones that you have to learn to overcome because they're very, very difficult. And the lower we go on the tier list, they're probably easier to overcome, and you should know how to do those from day one. For you, what are the objections you deal with when you're knocking on doors or cold calling or anything that I missed? If you comment below some objections you have, I'll rank those as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.